Get ready for the biggest wave of the game. It's NoahMania, and the world will never be the same. Wrestling news, drama, it's all here. Tune in now, cause Noah's bringing the crew. From the ring to the screen, he's got the scoop. Breaking down WWE, Raw, the crew. SmackDown, AEW, the top spots to be. NoahMania is the name, and the future you'll see. Hollywood buzz and the drama that's real. Noah's on fire and you'll feel the appeal. From the ring to the screen, he's got the scoop. Breaking down WWE, Raw, the crew. SmackDown, AEW, the top spots to be. NoahMania is the name, and the future you'll see. Hollywood buzz and the drama that's real. Noah's on fire and you'll feel the appeal. Podcast, YouTube, where the stories unfold. He's got the content and it's pure gold. From the square circle to the red carpet bright, NoahMania's rising and he's taking flight. A sexy encyclopedia, he's the king of internet media. NoahMania's on the rise, watch him take control. The biggest name on YouTube and he's on a roll. Wrestling drama, all the world's trends. Tune in now, cause the fun never ends. NoahMania's got the vision, the heat of fire. Climbing higher and higher, he's your empire. The biggest YouTuber, watch him ignite. It's NoahMania, turning up the light. He's dropping the truth, no holding back. Every wrestling move and every hot track. From the backstage gossip to the latest fight, NoahMania's here to keep it all tight. From SmackDown to Hollywood and the YouTube scene, he's breaking it down like you've never seen. All the
what am I watching?
And the viral news, you'll never miss a thing. He's got all the views. From the square circle to the red carpet bright.
What the fuck am I watching?
He's got the takes that'll never tame. When it comes to news, he's the king of the game. NoahMania's on the rise, watch him take control. The biggest name on YouTube and he's on a roll. Wrestling drama, all the world's trends. Tune in now, cause the fun never ends.
Claudio Castagnoli versus Samoa Joe's an overrun right now on AEW Dynamite. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the show. How do I sound? Noah in Blutista mode.
Trends, tune in now, cause the fun never ends. NoahMania's on the vision, the heat, the fire.
Cesaro Castagnoli is so old and bald. Looks awful. Looks awful. Samoa Joe's got Claudio in a, looks like a sleeper hold right now. All right, let's get rid of that. Welcome to the experience, everyone. It is Wednesday, May the 7th. Samoa Joe just went over Claudio Castagnoli in the main event of AEW Dynamite. Two of the best, most talented in-ring competitors of the last 20 years. Oh, here comes what's going on here. Oh, a little bit of a blowout. I'll tell you what's interested me about AEW lately. What's up, live chat? Let's bring the live chat in. Sorry, I'm just watching the end of Dynamite right now. We'll talk about that in a minute. Oh. The fuck? You see that old man giving the finger from the crowd? Claudio's eating some chair shots to the back right now. Who's watching AEW right now? Who's watching Dynamite? I try to follow this shit, but it's under the control of a guy who acts like, I'm not saying he's on it, but he acts like he's on copious amounts of the booger sugar when he's booking this shit. Did you guys catch Tony Khan in the fucking NFL draft when the Jacksonville Jaguars had their first pick in the first round? And you saw Tony Khan in the draft room in Jacksonville hugging his old man. What's up, Mohammed? What's up, Matt? Matt Helms, Teabag. All right, and Collision's apparently on tomorrow night. They just don't know what night of the week they're on anymore. Saturday Night Collision on a fucking Thursday. I just don't give a crap that much about AEW. I'm not saying I'm a WWE mark. Sometimes it's hard for me to even give a crap about WWE. But it's even harder with All Elite Wrestling. So anyway, AEW just went off the air, so we are now live and in living color. I've invited Mike to come join us via Discord. I don't know if he will. He might not. Last time I was on the air was way back at WrestleMania. Already seems like an eternity ago. Mike and I did a watch along on both days, and I think it went reasonably well. Should I have a watch along again for Backlash this Saturday? Let me know in the live chat if you guys want to see another Mike and Noah live watch along. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. But it brings me to my first topic of the evening before we get to AEW Dynamite. And this is partly why I haven't been around in a couple of weeks. I can't fucking win when it comes to YouTube. Thank you, Mohammed. I probably will do another live watch along on Saturday. I'll probably fire up the barbecue. Mike and I will watch it on the big 85-inch TV in my theater room that I just built recently. It's fucking sweet. Every man needs a theater room. It's been a long time since WrestleMania. Even Skype disappeared. Oh, yeah, not only that, Skype disappeared. The fucking Pope died. A lot's happened. Trump has announced he's going to reopen Alcatraz. Some guy mowed down the gate leading into Jennifer Aniston's compound in Bel Air and tried to kidnap her. This guy's being accused of stalking. But anyway, I'll tell you guys a story. And this partly is why I haven't been around in a couple of weeks. Because I'm pissed off at YouTube. And let me hide my shame before I go into this. Let me beam out of here for 1 second. Whoa! Whoa! Woo! What's up, Tony? Talkman T. Yeah, I'm trying to. I wanted to do the late night thing. I like the late night YouTube concept, and it's also what fits in with my schedule. But I realize that 11 o'clock Eastern time sucks. So I think what I'm gonna do from now on, I'm not going to start going live every Wednesday. I think I'm going to pivot from Friday to Saturday now that my schedule, I got my storage space cleared out. I'm a little more settled into my new house. I think I'm going to do Saturdays. I'm going to do Saturdays early in the evening. I'm thinking Saturdays, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, unless it's a pay-per-view. And if it's a pay-per-view, I might just do a fucking watch-along. Let me know what you think of that. I might go live Saturdays and then maybe Wednesday, maybe every Wednesday, if you guys pop on the channel, you may or may not see some pre-recorded content of some type on there. I think that sounds like a good idea. Let me know what you guys think in the live chat. But this weekend, I think we'll go the watch along. So whether or not Mike wants to be on stream, you guys send your messages to Mike Nagel on social media and peer pressure him. Tell him that you want to see him this weekend during the Backlash watch along show. Anyway, where have I been since WrestleMania? Pissed off, that's where I've been. So here's what sucks. This is why I hate YouTube, and I insinuated that in the description of this video. So let's get it out of the way. Will you please indulge me and let me get the venom, let me spew the venom from my system. I have a lot of it. Those of you that have known me for a long time know I have a lot of venom inside of me, and that's partly why I have this YouTube channel, to spew the venom all over the internet. And since then, over the last 20, my internet trolling career has spanned 20 years, 20 plus years, actually. YouTube is about to celebrate its 20th anniversary. I was around before YouTube existed in the video form on the internet. My videos were uploaded to a certain website ran by someone who I don't really speak to anymore or speak about. But I started that. Now, my problem was I was stupid. I was a fucking idiot back then that I didn't stick with it. Otherwise, I'd be bigger than these douchebags like Chris Van Vliet. Because I was talking about wrestling on internet video decades ago. And everyone else built that concept off of what I created, but I will forever not get the credit that I've earned and that I've deserved. And I've accepted that. And I realize 99% of you won't believe it that I invented this. You go on YouTube and see some douchebag talking about wrestling. Guess what? I invented that. Me. And what's worse than that is how YouTube treats, I'm not going to say treats me, because I'm not the only victim of YouTube. There are many, yeah, pretend to be shocked. Let me take a little sipple of my drink. Ooh, I just realized sipple rhymes with nipple. Imagine that. So anyway, back to what I was speaking about just a moment ago. YouTube has these wacky, because there are a bunch of pussies at YouTube. YouTube is ran by pussies, by Google, by I know I heard about Susan Wojcicki, or however it's pronounced. She's the former CEO of YouTube. She unfortunately passed away. Many of the issues started under her leadership, unfortunately. And once again, she passed away at a real young age of 56, and it's just real sad. But the problems kind of started with her. The adpocalypse is where it started. Once the adpocalypse began, people like me, the newbies, the people with the small channels, the small audiences that have to go the extra mile to stand out, to break out from the crowd, because YouTube is really the 1%ers club, meaning the 1% of creators at the very, very top get all the promotion, they get to take all the liberties without accountability, and they certainly get all the money. Believe me when I say that, the top 1%ers get all the money, and there's no room, there's no slice of pie for little old NoahMania. Let me tell you, that's the truth. But they go purposely out of their way to hold creators of my size under their thumb. And how they do that is through censorship. And it's passive censorship. And what that means is, straight up pull your videos if you say something that's remotely controversial. No, what they'll do is they will punish you by making the video as such where it doesn't pop up in people's search results. They really got to look you up by name, or they're not going to see your content at all. They won't. It will be that suppressed. And another way that happens, that it's not just when I say something that hurts people's feelings. These bullshit, this copyright claim system that's built into YouTube, both through the algorithm and AI, where it can automatically listen to what is on your video and determine if something's potentially copyrighted. There's that. And then there's also the false claims that people can put on one of your videos. So in this case, we were doing the WrestleMania watch along on it was Sunday. It was the Sunday, WrestleMania Sunday. So let me pull up my kind of back end YouTube control panel here, and I will explain to you what it is I'm talking about. So if you go back through my videos, on WrestleMania Saturday, the video got 1,618 views, which it's not nearly good, but it's not bad. It's a pretty cool number to have on one video. Well, what about WrestleMania Sunday? WrestleMania Sunday, I got 433 views on it. And under restrictions, there is a copyright restriction listed on that. Okay, see details. Oh, you know what it was? I can't make this shit up. Let me share my screen because this is crazy. I want you guys to understand that I'm not just making up some crap here. This is the real deal. The crap YouTube's pulling. Let me put it up on my screen here. Let me make it so you guys can actually see it. Okay, there it is. All right, there you go. The Lion Sleeps Tonight. So, sorry. The Lion Sleeps Tonight. There you go. Content use. So what fucking happened was during one of the commercial breaks on Peacock, this song was played during a commercial and the audio got picked up by my camera, maybe a little too loud, and it fucking flagged me. Now, doesn't affect the video. It's not a copyright strike. It just means that someone might be able to apply an ad to it and make money. And it copyright claims the whole fucking video. But it's over that. And it also buries your video in the search results and also makes it not visible in certain countries. It's insane to me. It makes me fucking hate YouTube. Fucking hate it. I was reading a news article, again, about YouTube's 20th anniversary. YouTube could be worth as much as 550 billion with a B dollars. I don't know why I bother. And you guys aren't making it easier on me. Just saying. Makes me not want to fucking be here anymore. Makes me want to give up, but I just have this weird obsession with streaming, with doing this. So I can't help myself. It's a sickness. Maybe my punishment will be I'll take my live stream straight to fucking Twitch. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe that's the answer. Maybe the answer is F YouTube. I'm going to Twitch. The censorship is bad, Tony. It's pathetic. If you have a stream and there's some background echo of The Lion Sleeps Tonight, you get a copyright claim and your video gets buried. Do you think for a second, I hate to break it to everyone, but if my name was Jimmy Donaldson, do you think for one split second, if I happen to have The Lion Sleeps Tonight playing in the background, that they would bury one of my videos? Absolutely not. Mr. Beast has a bat phone straight to YouTube. Whereas people like me have to eat shit. Fuck. Teabag, your content is great. Noah, and also amazing quality. See, that's what I try to do. You watch these live streamers and they invest no effort into their production. How many live streamers do you guys know that live stream in 4K resolution? Everything is 4K. I have an expensive 4K webcam. The one that has a gimbal on it. It's the InstaLink 360. Insta360 Link, I think is what it's called. Great webcam. It's robotic. It has all the AI stuff. That shit was expensive. And I know it's not about the gear. It's about the content. But I put a lot of effort into making this content look and hopefully sound remotely professional. How's the weather? Gale force winds. Fuck the weather. I'm so sick of the winds out here in Sacramento. I hate it. It's always a freaking hurricane out here now, blowing shit around. The weather. So Mike is living in my other house. And I said to him, I got to put Mike on blast right now. I say to him, Mike, please keep gale force winds. Please keep an eye on things. Like if a tree branch breaks, if something happens, fence falls over, even though the fence already fell over. So I say to him, please call me and let me know if anything happens. Then I find out almost 24 hours later that I had one of those cheap carports from Harbor Freight, like $150 that I was parking my Shelby under because I had no garage. So I had to keep a freaking GT500 under one of those carports with the cheap vinyl covers on the top. But anyway, the wind like ripped the tarp, like the cover off of it. And he didn't freaking tell me. Show up there the next day and see the damage. Love you, Mike. Sorry, I couldn't help it. Oh, man. Where is that song? I want to play some music for you guys. What happened to it? I was looking for the Mike Nagel song. Couldn't find it. Bummer. Anyway. Yeah. I'm just so sick of it. By the way, this one creator on freaking Twitch. Oh, man. Jinxie made $452,000 in a 30-day period on Twitch. Just doing his bullshit streams. I need to give that a try. Maybe I'll switch to Twitch. Switch to Twitch, yo. I didn't mean to rhyme. Sorry. Okay, let's talk about some wrestling. Let's talk about some wrestling. Because why not? Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, Dynamite wrapped up a few minutes ago. By the way that they have the camera oriented where it's like they got the hard camera with like facing the ring and then the stage is behind them. It's like the front of the ring is facing the stage. It's really weird the way that they have that oriented now. Subathons are huge on Twitch these days. Interesting. Interesting. But it's interesting how AEW's doing. Amazed that that they haven't screwed it up yet. Anyhow, I'll go over the results from Dynamite in a little bit. Oh, shoot. Did I freeze? Hang on. No, I look good. I ain't frozen. passing around lies. Let me know in the live chat. Am I coming through? All right. I think the problem's between the chair and the computer in Tony's world. I'll talk about Dynamite in just a minute. Let's start with Raw from day before yesterday. So, I just want to say that freaking Jey Uso, Paul Heyman promo that opened up Raw Monday was brilliant. I fucking loved it. Paul comes out, gets the shit booed out of him. Phone in my world, close enough, pal. Okay. Paul Heyman basically comes out, and I'm going to paraphrase how the promo went, but he basically said, hey, world, fuck you guys for blaming me and making me out to be the villain when I got stabbed in the back, not only by CM Punk, but by Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns returns not to avenge me, but to get his goddamn Ulafala back. Fucking amazing promo. I liked it. Yeah, it was all facts. He was spitting facts. And the thing that I love the most about a Paul Heyman promo is it always seems kind of like a shoot, you know? There's always an element of shoot to it, an element of truth. That's why I really like it. All right, so to kick off the show match-wise, JD McDonough with the Judgment Day versus Penta. Winner was Penta. Freaking great. I think hands down he could be a star to the level of Rey Mysterio. I don't know about his brother. I think his brother's going to get released within a year and a half. We saw a backstage segment, Grayson Waller getting into it with Adam Pearce. I was never a fan of Grayson Waller. He's just so... It's not like an I hate you because you're just a good asshole type of heel heat. It's a cringy, you annoy the fucking piss out of me heat, and I want to wring your goddamn neck. That kind of heat. I'm not a fan of Grayson Waller. Or Austin Theory. They're just a couple of underneath guys. Never take them seriously. Honestly, I know Vince McMahon freaking loved them, but I'm surprised that Triple H has kept him around. Truth be told. So, Sheamus over fucking Austin Theory. Feel bad for Sheamus. Sheamus needs to simmer down. He doesn't have quite the pep in his step anymore. Fluctuating weight also. I have no room to talk though. I'm fucking fat. But Sheamus, he's starting to show his age. Let's just put it that way. He's slowing down a bit. Either that or he needs to lay off the Guinness. It's in the live chat. Theory would be a great face. Some of the stuff I've seen, he's great with the fans. I don't know. Excuse me. Then we saw a bunch of backstage segment bullshit. Or with the Judgment Day being all pissed off. Yeah, he had a lot of potential to become a great teabag. But problem is he couldn't stay healthy. His weight is always up and down. Really good talent, though. And I respect the fact that he went from being a computer nerd to being a wrestler. Makes me think I could have done it had I stuck to it and applied myself. But we saw a lot of promo bullshit after that opening match. The whole thing. JD McDonough being pissed off backstage and AJ Styles getting involved and just all this chatty bullshit. Becky Lynch, Lyra Valkyria, the in-ring promo. Just a lot of filler material. I'd be pissed off if I paid like $800 for just a regular basic lower level seat to Raw. It's disgusting. There's little value in that. Push for Karrion Kross. Dude is a beast. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. All right. Up next, we had in a non-title match, the women's champion Io Sky versus Roxanne Perez. Winner by pinfall, Io Sky. I'm trying to dig it. She's good. Io Sky, I mean. I'm trying to dig it. Up next, we had Rusev versus Otis along with Alpha Academy. Why? Okay. See, my problem is WWE is just so freaking predictable. You knew that Rusev was going to run through the Alpha Academy. It was going to be a squash match, and it was. And at the end, I did laugh at how pathetically predictable that thing at the end was, where Akira Tozawa ripped his shirt off and like started getting right in Rusev's face. That was freaking hilarious, by the way. I was laughing my ass off when Akira Tozawa did that. He ripped it off. It was like, and then Rusev pretended like he was all scared and walks away. I'm like, okay, yeah. He's saying he turns his back, he's going to mow him down. And sure enough, never ceases to amaze me how every fan in the planet knows exactly what's going to happen except the people, the characters. You're making it awfully hard for me to defend the universal sentiment that professional wrestling is fake, making it hard for me to counter it these days. Paul Levesque. It's still real to me, damn it. Alpha jobbers these days. Yeah. What a shame. What a shame. Then we had the Gunther Pat McAfee face-off. More on-screen promo bullshit. Except I did like that promo from the aspect of Pat McAfee saying those nice things about Michael Cole. You know, never appreciate what you got till it's almost about to be gone. Michael Cole is a damn good broadcaster, and I will go on record as to saying that the team of Michael Cole and Pat McAfee is the closest thing that we're going to get to Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler back in the year 2000. That's like the gold standard right there. Jim Ross and the King. Okay, you could say 99, 2000, but I'd say 2000 was hands down JR and the King's best year as a team. behind the announce desk. And we'll never have them again. Jerry Lawler's brain has become mashed potatoes from multiple strokes. I hate to say it. I hate to say something that comes across as disrespectful, but it's true. He's had like 2 or 3 strokes, and it's hard for him to carry on a conversation. God bless him. But he's done. And JR, I don't think JR knows what's going on in the ring. I think he recognizes some of the moves during the match and calls them, but he has no clue about the storylines, the backstory of these modern wrestlers. He's just calling moves at this point. And it's a shame, but it's what happens. They're past their prime. They're cooked. The frick? Sorry, I'm getting notifications. All right, but no, it just the way Raw was structured tonight, there was not a lot of wrestling. And okay, they're on Netflix. They could go for 2 hours or they could go for 5 hours. It doesn't really matter. Your limit is how long you can actually stay in the building at that point. But those fans in the arena, they better have had some kick-ass dark matches, because I would have been pissed off paying that kind of money. You're paying what you would pay for a freaking ringside seat to a pay-per-view 10 years ago is what they're charging for a 100 level, lower level seat to a Monday Night Raw now. Just crazy. You get nothing but promos. Then in the main event, you had, for the World Heavyweight Championship, Jey Uso defending against Seth Rollins, the whole getting tricked into defending it. It was no contest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches on Monday Night Raw. And they were all short. Oh, it was sad. It was sad. All right, what's going on in the news? Let's talk news. There were a lot of releases. Braun Strowman got released. Let's see here. Who are the other wrestlers that got released? Caden Carter, Katana Chance, Dakota Kai, Braun Strowman, Shayna Baszler, Riley Osborne, Gigi Dolan. But Braun Strowman kind of surprised everyone. He's getting old, though. And it's hard for him to stay healthy. But I saw that video he posted after his release was announced. He looked like he didn't give a fuck whatsoever. They're going to bring back Braun Strowman. They're just going to basically take him off TV, but not pay him since they released him. And they'll probably bring him back around no later than next Royal Rumble. That's my guess. By next Royal Rumble, maybe he'll be a surprise appearance next Royal Rumble, and he'll be signed to a 1 or 2 year deal. He still got nothing for him. And I'm sure his downside ain't cheap either. He seems like he commands a pretty decent sized contract. But yeah, of course it was reported online that it really came down to how much money he was getting paid, like I said. But they'll probably bring him back down the line, pay him less money. I was surprised about Shayna Baszler getting released. It's a shame how they underutilized her. I'm not saying she was a great wrestler, but she is someone who you legitimately could believe could kick the shit out of you. Because she could. So, but they fucking jobbed her out. Blows my mind. Let's talk about Vince McMahon, Mr. Mustache, even though I think he might have shaved the mustache off. So Vince, who just believes he's freaking Superman, of course he's getting sued by Janelle Grant for doing those very, very gross, nasty fucking things that we all know about, involving bodily fluids and excrement. So she's suing him for pretty much every terrible thing you can think that Vince would be capable of, suing him for that. And so there was kind of a side lawsuit going on. So this story, I'm just going to read most of it, came from Ringside News, so credit to them. Vince McMahon is embroiled in another legal battle as WWE shareholders demand he turn over key documents related to the sale. WWE sold to Endeavor and they formed TKO with UFC. So there's a group of shareholders, the Laborers District Council and Contractors Pension Fund. So these unions, what they'll do is how they grow the pensions is through investments. And they these pensions will invest in big companies like WWE and they'll diversify it. So when there's misconduct in these companies, these shareholders, they're not individuals, they're organizations, are going to fucking sue them. So one of the things that they're getting sued, that Vince is getting sued for, not TKO. TKO, all they're guilty of is writing a check and buying the thing. But what these contractors, pension funds people are claiming, and I totally freaking believe them, and I could see it happening, that Vince didn't necessarily accept the biggest cash offer for WWE, which obviously it's your fiduciary responsibility in principle to get the most value for the shareholders by selling for the highest price offered. But what's being alleged against Vince McMahon is he didn't accept the highest price offered for WWE. No. He accepted a slightly lower price that came with the condition that they would hire Vince and keep him in charge of the whole thing. Because Vince's ultimate goal wasn't to retire. That wasn't his end game. No. He wanted to sell it. He wanted to cash the fuck out and basically say, as long as I'm alive and breathing, I'm going to run the company. That's what the idea was. Certainly didn't work out that way, though. But anyway, Vince was ordered to turn over a bunch of documents related to the sale, and I believe there was even a court order for it, and he basically told them to go fuck themselves. So what's going to happen? And Vince, he genuinely thinks he's immortal, and to a certain degree, he's probably right. The fucking guy beat the federal government. He's been through all these controversies. He survived getting his little Vinny Lupton, survived getting the shit kicked out of him by Leo Lupton in the fucking single wide in Pinehurst, North Carolina. He survived that. So he won, is what the famous line from Vince was. So Vince, over the course of his life, has always felt like he was the victim. Always felt like he was the victim. And so every time you'd overcome that little bit of adversity, slowly built up his ego. Now you got the flaming, steaming pile of turd that he is. But he survived that. Survived the federal government. And the Trump administration ordered that the Justice Department cease the criminal investigation into the trafficking. So Vince Vince's accountability will be minimum. Plus the fact that him and his stupid ass wife, Linda McMahon, is an asshole. She really is. She's a fucking Linda McMahon is a fucking asshole. They're both swinging from the low-hanging ball sack, if there is one, the micro ball sack of President Orange Pig shit. Sorry, am I on a little bit of a tirade there? All right, those of you just tuning in, let's talk about some AEW Dynamite. AEW Dynamite wrapped up a little over 45 minutes ago. I'll tell you this, AEW went up in my book because they have that fucking brand new, what was once old is new again. You Wanted War by Sum 41. My all-time favorite punk band. It's in one of my all-time favorite bands. And I got to see them live, one of their last concerts before the band broke up recently. It's my childhood right there. So, Tony Khan, you get credit for that. I got to give the credit where credit is due. Tony Khan has the best theme songs for wrestling programs. Fucking Sum 41 for Dynamite and Elton John for Collision. Fuck. WWE, take note. Tony Khan's got a way better taste in music than Paul Levesque. Hate to break it to you, Marks. Hang on. I need to do something real quick. Let me hide my shame here. But as far as the wrestling and storylines in AEW, is what it is. It's mediocre. It's mediocre at best. So, opening match for the show was the one match that I actually really was interested in because my favorite wrestler in AEW's time was Tony Storm. Hands down, all around, just a great character, great just personality on TV. Fucking hilarious in the shit she says. All right. This was a women's world title eliminator fatal four-way match. It was Toni Storm versus Thunder Rosa versus Penelope Ford versus Anna Jay. Winner via submission, Toni Storm. Freaking awesome. Really getting tired of the Elite, by the way. The old Bucks. But I don't know. I shouldn't fault them because they're really just taking advantage of a rich billionaire. Those guys managed to bamboozle fucking Tony Khan into choosing them over the biggest star in the company's history. Oh man, okay, I gotta give credit where credit's due. Round of applause to the Elite for convincing Tony Khan that it was somehow a good idea to take the side of those little twerp douchebags over the biggest star and biggest draw your company's ever had and hasn't been able to replicate since. Smooth move, Tony Khan. By the way, speaking of Tony Khan, I thought it was fucking hilarious that AEW finally got so fed up with Jim Cornette talking shit about them on all of his podcasts. that Tony Khan publicly uninvited Jim Cornette. We've invited Mr. Cornette 17 and a half times, 17 and 2/3 times, whatever. We invited him all those times, and he's still insulting us personally, telling us that we should die miserable, horrible deaths, and that we're pathetic, and we don't know what 1 + 1 is, blah, blah, blah. So we're here to announce formally that Jim Cornette, James E. Cornette, you are no longer welcome at All Elite Wrestling events. I'm going to have to see if Jim's actually responded to that yet. Fucking hilarious. Woohoo. All right. Up next, we have Nick Wayne versus Rhino. Clogging! What's up, buddy? What's up, Claw? Good to see you. Up next, we had the ROH World Television Championship. It was Nick Wayne defending against Rhino. I'm actually surprised. I thought Rhino was way older than he actually is. I thought that guy had to be in his freaking 50s by now, but no, he's only 47. Of course, Rhino lost. Cool to see him. Up next, we had the All-Star Trios match. It was the Young Bucks and Ricochet versus Swerve Strickland, Mike Bailey, and Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe is, look, I'm sorry that his brother died. That was tragic and all. But really, his brother dying is the only reason that he's on TV. I mean, remember, they got banned from AEW Dynamite. Warner Brothers Discovery didn't even want them on TV. Yeah, Rhino's only 47. Wild, huh? And after his brother dies, all of a sudden Mark Briscoe's allowed to be on TV, and they have him come out. They have the same Briscoe's entrance music with both the brothers still in it. And it's just, it feels, every time I see Mark Briscoe on TV, it feels like someone's Make-A-Wish is getting granted. I know I just pissed a bunch of people off. Young Bucks. Winners via pinfall. The Young Bucks. That young old bastard. Lord Jesus. Okada versus Kevin Knight. Okada by pinfall. Now, I don't know who's more talented, the Young Bucks or Okada. Talk about really fleecing a billionaire's kid for money. Yeah, no, Rhino was a baby when he was in ECW. He was very young. Very young. I don't know. I just don't feel like Okada's really bringing value to the company for what he's costing them. I mean, good for him. I can't judge the guy. He definitely got his money. Fucking crazy. Then the main event. Claudio Castagnoli versus Samoa Joe. Winner via submission, Samoa Joe. Then afterward, they did the whole thing with Death Riders. Joe Hobbs runs down with the steel chair. Moxley, Shafir, Yuta are all there and chair shots. Yeah, we should have gone the Briscoes in AEW. So, I mean, in that regard, I blame Tony Khan for being a little bitch and not standing up to Warner Brothers about the Briscoes. But now it just feels like he's there and we're supposed to feel sorry for him. I'm not saying Mark Briscoe's a bad dude. I'm not saying he's a bad wrestler. I'm just saying that because of circumstances, he's getting fucked in that regard. Oh, it's the guy whose brother died. So, that was Dynamite for tonight. What else is going on in the news? Shelly Martinez went on someone's YouTube show and on the interview said that she would have fucked Paul Heyman back in the WWE CW days. No, actually, no, it was before that. It was when she was in OVW. See, Mike, there's still time for you. You have many things in common with Paul Heyman. Your hairline, other things. And if Shelly Martinez would fuck Happy Heyman, she'd fuck you. Never say never. Claw Gang. Wonderful. I'm terrible. Oh, man. What's going on with Velveeta Dream? Velveeta Dream. Velveteen Dream. He's making the news for really hilarious reasons. So he's all pissed off, going on the internet saying that everyone owes him an apology. WWE owes him an apology. WWE needs to bring him back. And he's blaming them for his career being shot to shit. Now he should be brought back. So, what was it that Velveeta Velveteen Dream was accused of? So, back in 2020, he was accused of sending some pornographic images to underage boys on Instagram, and there were screenshots put on Reddit, apparently, of what appeared to be Velveeta naked. And it was posted up on the Squared Circle subreddit. Of course, Velveeta denied the allegations. And then, like, he was in the unenviable position of it being during the height of the speaking out movement. And then there were also things coming out about him allegedly sending sexually explicit pictures to an underage girl. And had communication with underage boys, like being accused of grooming. That was back in April of 2020. So WWE investigated, of course they did. Found no evidence to substantiate the claims, and he wasn't fired. He wasn't fired. In fact, his push continued. His push continued. So this happened in April 2020. Okay. He was released on May 20th, 2021. All right. So let's fast forward to August when he returns. He lost a match, but then the following week defeats Finn Balor to get into the ladder match for the vacated NXT North American Championship at TakeOver. He got a title shot after these allegations were unsubstantiated. And then after that, his run fizzled out and he was released. WWE fired his ass because he's just not that good. He's expendable. They deemed him expendable. Triple H, Shawn Michaels deemed him expendable. And he can't look in the mirror and accept accountability. So he blames that. He blames the news story. Look, I think that, yes, there have been injustices where men have been falsely accused of doing things that they shouldn't. And it sucks for the guy in the sense of, let's say, someone straight makes up a lie, which is what Velveteen Dream is claiming, because it wasn't the allegations were unsubstantiated. So there has been other cases where women have falsely accused men and they've been exonerated. But even still, after being exonerated, guess what? You're forever the guy that was accused of that. So yes, it's hard. It's really, really difficult to unring that bell if you're a man and you were falsely accused of something. That being said, WWE did him a wonderful favor in that they didn't fucking release him the second the allegations happened. Because I hate to break it to you guys, but WWE would be within their right to release him, even with no proof one way or the other. Just the bad publicity alone. WWE wasn't firing because of his race, gender, orientation. They weren't firing Velveteen Dream for getting pregnant. They fired him. They would have fired him because of those accusations, but they didn't. They investigated it and they were unsubstantiated. So he stayed and he got pushed. And he got let go, and now he can't fucking get over it. So he wants to blame the rest of the world in WWE. He's trying to start a Twitter hashtag movement. Sorry that happened to you. But you're mad at the wrong people. He's a glorified indie guy. That's why nobody's wanted anything to do with him. He goes by Velveteen Man, by the way. Yeah. All right, let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. No, let's talk about WWE Backlash. I'm going to give my predictions for Backlash, which is this Saturday. And then Saturday, we are going to have the watch-along. How does that sound? We're going to have a little watch-along Saturday. Me and Mike. Mike's definitely going to be here for that. That'll be fun. I like doing the watch-alongs. All right. Only 5 matches. WWE pattern lately of only doing 5 matches for an entire show. our thoughts and our reaction, to the entertainment we're seeing on the screen. All right, so let's start first match. Let's do it. So for the WWE IC Championship, Dominik Mysterio defending versus Penta. I am going to make a prediction right now. I love Dominik Mysterio as Intercontinental Champion. He's one of my favorite heels in the wrestling business right now. But it's Penta's time. Penta needs the belt more than Dominik does right now. Keep his momentum flying. I think it's not going to be a clean win. But interestingly enough, I see it being a member of the Judgment Day that costs him the title. That's my crazy prediction for Saturday. Up next, Fatal 4-Way match for the United States Championship. It is the champ, Jacob Fatu, defending versus Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, and LA Knight. Yeah. Who's going to win this match? Noah, I think Cena will be hunting for the IC title soon. Oh, he wants to be Cena 2 belts? Maybe he wants to be Cena 2 belts. So who's going to win the Fatal 4-Way for the U.S. title? Is it going to be Jacob, LA Knight, Damian Priest, or Drew McIntyre? It's not going to be Drew McIntyre. We know that much. Is it going to be Damian Priest? I don't think it's going to be Damian Priest either. Is it going to be Jacob Fatu? Is it going to be LA Knight? It's not going to be LA Knight. Jacob Fatu retaining the title this Saturday. That's my pick for that. In a singles match, Pat McAfee versus Gunther. Is Pat McAfee or Walter going to win? I got news for y'all. This is my predictable prediction of the night right here. Gunther's not only going to win, he is going to completely obliterate, smash, run over, beat the crap out of. He is going to ragdoll Pat McAfee. And the match is going to get stopped. And this is going to be Gunther's way to keep his momentum alive now that he's no longer World Heavyweight Champion. He's going to take it out on Pat McAfee. Maybe along the way, after the match is stopped and Gunther keeps wailing on Pat, someone's going to run in. That's not Michael Cole. Or maybe Michael Cole will also get the shit beat out of him. Maybe we'll see that. And then someone's going to run in and save them. And that person is going to feud with Gunther for the next few months. I really don't care who wins. I love Pat McAfee. I think he's fucking great, but I really don't give a shit. It's a very Backlash type of match. All right. Up next for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, because every single person has a title these days. They're giving out like Little League trophies. Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch. My pick will be Becky Lynch is going to be the new Women's Intercontinental Champion, because there is no, why would they even bring her back? if she's not going to win the IC title at this point. It would fucking bury her. So she's got to win. It's women's IC title or go broke for Becky Lynch. And then your main event, singles match for the undisputed WWE Championship. John Cena defending against Randy Orton. This is going to be the most predictable match of the year. It will be John Cena retaining. But how is he going to retain? How will he retain? Is there going to be interference? Yeah, there will be interference. But will it be Travis Scott doing the interference, or will it be The Rock? I think it's going to be Travis Scott. I think there's going to be a Travis Scott run in, and Cena's going to easily win. But it's cool that Randy Orton's getting a title shot in his hometown. But the reality is, number one, if I'm Randy Orton at that stage of my career, getting paid what I'm making for a part-time fucking schedule, and I'm not like literally about to retire, I think if he wins another title, it'll be right before he retires, as like a go-home tour, kind of like what Cena's doing. But I think Randy Orton's got a couple of more years in him where he's going to work this part-time fucking schedule and make $5 million a year with a tour bus. He doesn't want that kind of pressure, that kind of schedule. Who would want that? I wouldn't. So, yeah, John Cena's going to definitely retain. Otherwise, it would kill the whole retirement tour angle. I don't know how they'd come out of that. This is definitely one of those shows that it's a damn good thing that it's airing on the cock for the equivalent of like $6 or $7. Because if this were the old school pay-per-view days, $59.99 in HD, I would definitely be looking for a stream on Reddit to watch it for free. It's definitely a start of the new wrestling year kind of show. So it'll be fun to watch, though. I'm going to grill some burgers. We'll do the watch along, and maybe it'll prove me wrong. I'm not holding my breath, but we'll see. See what happens. So anyway, that's my predictions. So I think we're going to kill it now. We're going to kill the show and get out of here. Like I said, I've heard your feedback about joining late shows. So we're going to start streaming earlier and on the weekend. It's going to be cool. All right, next stream will be this Saturday. We'll go live just before Backlash starts. Look out for the link on social media or on this YouTube channel, youtube.com/NoahMania. Smash that like button if you haven't done so already. Smash that subscribe button. Smash that notification bell. Also, follow me on x.com/RealNoahMania, Facebook.com/RealNoahMania. Thank you to Teabag. Thank you to Talkman T. Thank you to Claw Gang. Thank you to Matt Helms. Who the fuck else was here? Mohammed, thank you. Thank you, Teabag. Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. And if you threw a party and invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest gift would be for me. And the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend. I'm your good buddy, NoahMania. See you Saturday. I'm out. Peace, bitches. And fuck you to everyone else. Ugh. How do I get out of this? I'm trying to leave. There we go.